This is the Tesla Cybertruck. Now, if you've been following along with us here at Auto Daily, you know that we have spent a lot of time in the Tesla Cybertruck over the past few weeks. We've done an unboxing and a walk. Then we did a full day trip in it to see how it stacked up as an everyday driver. We also towed a trailer with it and tested out its towing capacity. And now we're back for one last hurrah before we say goodbye to this. Now today, we are going to talk about what's next for the Cybertruck, what the real-world range is like, and what our favorite things were about this truck. But first, if you guys could do me a huge favor, go ahead and smash that like button. That really helps us out a lot. All right, so let's talk about what's next for the Cybertruck. So, as of right now, the Cybertruck has been released in 3 different colors. There is the original concept silver, which was supposed to be the color that would be available most of the time. It was kind of their staple color. Then they added midnight silver, which is basically just a gray. And then they came out with the red, which I think is probably my favorite so far. I think that red looks really good on the Cybertruck. However, there are rumors floating around that Tesla might be looking into adding blue to the Cybertruck color palette. If you look at some of the other vehicles from Tesla, specifically the Model Y, they come in a pretty cool blue. And I feel like that would be a great color for the Cybertruck as well. A blue Cybertruck would definitely stand out on the road, especially because it's such a unique-looking vehicle already. It'll be interesting to see if Tesla adds any more colors to the mix. But right now, those are the only 3 colors that are available. In addition to that, Elon Musk said earlier this year that there would be a titanium option available for the Cybertruck. However, that would be an additional cost, obviously, since the regular stainless steel is what makes the body of the truck. And he also said that the reason why they wanted to offer a titanium option is because of how hard it is to get the stainless steel to match up exactly on every panel. Some of them will have slight variations from the others. And although those variations are very hard to notice, unless you're really looking for them, people who pay a lot of money for the option would be able to notice them. So they just gone, leave it up to the customer to decide if they want to go with the stainless steel or the titanium. As far as pricing goes, we haven't had an update in quite some time. I know that there was a rumor floating around that the price would increase by $10,000, but that turned out not to be true. And we still don't have any new pricing updates. The last update that we got on pricing was from Elon Musk himself, and he said that the price would remain the same until 2024, so that means that we still have the original pricing in place, and that's $39,900 for the single-motor rear-wheel drive, $49,900 for the dual-motor all-wheel drive, and then $69,900 for the tri-motor all-wheel drive. When it comes to real-world range, this is an area where the Cybertruck really shines. I was really impressed by the range. I was getting about 315 miles per charge, which was way more than I was anticipating. I know that Tesla says that the official EPA number is 340 miles, but I haven't seen many people replicate that exact number. Most people are seeing between 300 and 320 miles. And even when I was doing my towing test, I was still getting better range than I thought I would get. I ended up getting about 270 miles of range while towing a 7,500-pound trailer. And that's actually better than what Tesla said I should expect. So I was really surprised by that as well. In terms of my favorite thing about this truck, I would say it's the visibility. The visibility in this truck is ridiculous. I feel like I could see everywhere. The side mirrors were awesome. They give you a great view of everything. And even though I didn't have the camera system in my truck, I feel like it would be unnecessary because I could see so well without it. Now that we're talking about things that I liked, I also need to mention the seats. These seats are so comfortable. I don't know what type of material they're made of, but they're like this soft material, and it's very grippy, too. So, if you're wearing shorts, you don't have to worry about slipping and sliding around. And I think that's something that a lot of people forget about. When you're in a vehicle for a long period of time, you start to slide around, and you're not always in the most comfortable position. But that's not the case with these seats. They're so comfortable. And on top of that, they have built-in heating elements and cooling elements. So you can keep your butt nice and warm in the winter or nice and cool in the summer. So those seats were definitely a highlight for me. Alright, so now let's talk about some of the features that you guys liked the most. As you guys know, we did a poll asking you guys what your favorite feature was and why. And the results were very close between the vault and the tow hitch, but in the end, the vault barely edged out the tow hitch. The vault got 48% of the votes and the tow hitch got 42%. Now, there were a lot of different opinions on both sides. On the vault side, a lot of people said that they liked the vault because it opened up so many different possibilities. People mentioned things like camping, fishing, tailgating, and even transporting ATVs and motorcycles. There were a lot of creative ideas out there for what people would use the vault for if they had a... On the other hand, there were a lot of people who voted for the tow hitch because they saw themselves using it for work purposes. People mentioned things like hauling trailers and equipment for work. And there were also a lot of people who just loved to tow, and they were excited about the towing capacity of this truck. There were a couple of comments that stood out to me. One person said, "I have a 2005 Dodge Ram quad cab with a 5.7 Hemi, and I love it. I have a 2018 GMC Sierra Denali, and I hate it. Love the Cybertruck, specifically the versatility of the bed." And another person said, "I would use it for moving furniture for my business. That would make my life so much easier." It's interesting to hear how people plan on using these features because it gives us insight into how they live their lives and what they value in a vehicle. So, overall, what did we think of the Cybertruck? We loved it. We thought it was a great vehicle. It drove well. It looked good. And we think that it's a great addition to the Tesla lineup. I think that a lot of people were skeptical about this vehicle when it first came out because it looked so weird. But once they got behind the wheel, they realized that it's a great vehicle, and we think that a lot of people are going to be very happy with their purchase. It's not perfect. There are some things that we would like to see changed. But overall, we think that it's a great truck, and we wait to see it on the road. Now, as for what's next for us, we are going to be taking a look at the Tesla Model 2. We're expecting to see that sometime this year, and we're also expecting to see the Cybertruck production ramp up, so we'll be keeping an eye on that as well. If you guys have any questions about the Cybertruck, or if you have any suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear from you! Also, if you're interested in pre-ordering a Cybertruck, we've included a link in the description. And if you're interested in buying a Tesla, we've also included a link to that in the description. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.